Welcome to Hairy Steve's workshop.
Hello, it's slightly less hairy Steve here, and I'm back in the workshop. Although, to be fair, I haven't spent much time not in the workshop recently. Now that the weather's improved, I've been spending a lot of time out here doing bits and pieces on the ET35 or 35 RBH, whatever you want to call it. I've been doing quite a lot of painting and assembling bits and pieces for it. I've got the body here for the breaker, which I'm going to put together in a minute, and I've got various other bits prepped up and ready for paint. All these cocktail sticks and skewers and stuff jam up all the threaded holes, so you don't get paint in them. I've been doing a bit more work on the cab interior. I've painted it up and I've started to weather it, and I've also started working on Headless Dave, the driver figure, who rather morbidly his head is over here. So that needs a bit of work, but it's getting there. But yes, I haven't been putting out that many videos recently because there's only so many videos you can watch of a weird hairy bloke painting things, so I thought that was a bit boring, so I've kind of gone through most of the painting stage, and I'm going to start doing more videos when I'm ready to start putting this thing together, because I think that's the bit that everybody's interested in, is me actually building it rather than just sitting there going with 4 billion aerosol cans. One thing I have done is I've been playing around with weathering techniques on one of the spare track links. After my dismal failure of trying to use this track blackening solution, which failed miserably, to the point where I couldn't even be bothered to put the video up of me failing to blacken the track links. I did actually video it all and started swearing halfway through, and it basically didn't do anything, so I thought, nah, sod it, I found a YouTube channel called Night Shift, which is more 35 plastic kits, but he did a very good tutorial video on how to paint and weather tracks, which is this technique which I've borrowed, and I've adapted it slightly because he was using mostly acrylics, because he was using plastic tracks. Metal tracks don't react to enamel paints so badly, so I've been using a lot of enamel washes and stuff on it as well. And I've also been doing a similar technique on the exhausts there. You can't really see them because it's a bit of a dark background behind me, but I'll put up some stills of these as well. But yeah, they've come out quite nicely, and so when I get back from my holiday in about a week and a bit's time, I'm going to have a go at the tracks, the full lengths of tracks. I need to find a pasting table or something like that to put them on so I can work on them in one go rather than doing bits, because I want it to look like a single length of weathered track rather than that bit's weathered in one way because I did it on one day and then that bit's weathered slightly differently and so on. Just getting it all to look right, you know. So I'm going to put the breaker together in a minute because there's only about 4 parts on that needed painting, and I've painted them this afternoon, so I'll bolt that together in a sec, and then I'll quickly take the camera outside and show you the other bits and pieces which are being painted at the minute, and also a couple of improvements and additions to the workshop as well, which you might be interested in, you might not. If you're not, oh well, tough. But yes, I am going to keep doing videos. You can't get rid of me that easy. So yes, let's get on with it. Okay, so we've got all the parts here for the breaker. We've got the main body, which I've painted in TS93 pure blue, which I think looks quite nice. Even better considering I painted it. My painting skills are not very good. These 2 bars hold the chisel in place, so I've painted the ends of them blue as well. And then obviously we've got the chisel here. We've got the hydraulic motor with the spring weight on it. We've got the attachment point to the digger, which is still stuck to a bit of wood, so I could hold it and use it as a handle while I was painting it. And then we've got various nuts and bolts and some hydraulic line. So I'll get out of the way and we'll put it together. It is a fairly straightforward build, this. There's only about 6 stages. And I apologise for all the mess all over my workbench, but I've been doing all sorts of bits and pieces, and I sort of switch backwards and forwards between different jobs as I go. If I get stuck or bored or finish painting one thing or working on something, then I'll sort of move on to something else, and it's kind of just gone a bit so anyway. Right, so we need, for the first stage, we need that bit. Don't need that yet. We need that bit and them, and 4 bolts. Right, so I'm going to try and get this all lined up. This could be fun. There we go. Right, one down. And I think I'm going to use thread lock on this, because this is going to be vibrating like an absolute bastard. So, thread lock. There we go, that's in there now. And the idea of those bars is that it allows the chisel to move backwards and forwards slightly. Right, next we need that. So, I was thinking about taking this to pieces to see how it worked, but I decided it probably wouldn't be a good idea. But basically it's a hydraulic motor, which is this black bit here, and then a sprung weight there, and presumably some sort of cam mechanism inside which pulls it back against spring tension and then lets it go, and it will hit the end of that. It's got 8 bolts holding this in. They certainly didn't want this to come loose, do they? There we go. Right, the amount of thread lock I've used on these, hopefully they won't come out. If they do, I might have to go for some of that industrial permanent stuff, but I really don't like using that. Because if you do need to get something to pieces, good luck. Right. Step 3. Need 2 of them, 2 of these little 90-degree hydraulic fittings, and 2 of these little knurled hydraulic line retainy thingies. That's the technical description for them. And some hydraulic line. How much are we going to need? It recommends 2 lengths of 65cm. Yeah, okay. What the hell are they doing it? Leaving it lying on the floor? I ain't going to get 2 65cm lengths out of that. I think what I'll do for the minute, I'll just cut it in half, plumb it in, and then I'll shorten it to length when I know how long it needs to be. So, where's my cutting thing? I know it's here somewhere. I've found my cutty thing. If you do a lot of work with hydraulics, get one of these. I mean, it may look like a demon clothes peg from hell, but it's actually really useful because it cuts the pipe very, very cleanly. So, having said that, get it all in a tangle, just cut it in half. There. Right, okay, they go in there. Now there are 2 blanking bolts on this motor to stop crap getting in them, so they need to come out. And then somewhere around here I've got a little dish, there it is, the hydraulic thread lock. You're going to be sparing with this stuff. You don't want to do what a certain well-known Canadian YouTuber once did and drown the bastards in thread lock and bung them up and then claim that the hydraulics were faulty. Just put a little bit on with a cocktail stick. Make sure it doesn't get in the end of the fitting. Something else to get if you're using hydraulics a lot, these little Revolution nut drivers. This is a 5mm one, fits most of the Lesu hydraulic fittings. Very handy. There we go. I'm going to do them up too tight in case you pull the thread out the end of the motor. Right. And then we've got this bit, which I've just finished painting. It's dry now, but just need to take these cocktail sticks out of the threaded holes, and then that's just super glued on, so I can use it on the next one. Get rid of this glue. Won't see that once it's fitted anyway. So it goes. That way round. And then they give you these little countersunk bolts, but I've got somewhere some more of these little nice scale looking bolts, so I think I might use some of these, except they're a bit longer. Well, let's try one, see if it's... I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, I think those hex head bolts look a hell of a lot better than the standard button heads that they give you. Plus, there's less chance of rounding the Allen key out, because those 2mm Allen key heads don't half round out easy if you're not careful with them. Right, next bit, we've got to put the pins in, but because I'm using a quick connect, I only need to put one pin in. I should really paint these. I might put some rust effects on them at some stage. I don't know. Oof, we'll see. There we are. One breaker. That's quite nice, I like that. Not quite sure how effective it'll be, but we'll see. I might find some old bricks or tiles or something to smash up when I've got this thing finished. Okay, so that's the breaker built. So just... you can't really see them particularly well, but those two little bolts that I put in to hold these bars in place, that hold that in, I've replaced them with nice sort of scale looking hex head ones as well. And yeah, it's quite a chunky lump of metal there, so we'll see how well it works once it's actually on the machine, once I've built the machine, you know. I just felt like a bit of a break from painting body panels and tracks and stuff like that, so I thought I'll quickly whip one of the accessories together. This is the easiest one of the lot, the rest are a bit more tricky, but we'll get to them in good time. So just going to show you a couple of extra little bits and pieces I've done to the workshop as well, if anybody's interested. So yeah, let's have a quick look around, see what's new. Okay, so a couple of minor additions. We have a fan, which is quite handy as it's getting a bit warm in here. I've put a double plug extension lead down here. So I was doing some soldering the other day and I plugged the soldering iron into one of those sockets at the back and had the cable trailing across here and it just got in the way. So I've still got my rather wonky cutting mat. I might actually have to stick that down with some spray glue or something like that. As I say, there is a bit of crap all over the workbench. I've got my sanding block there, some paints and weathering stuff, all sorts of crap, and then more paint and bits and pieces. Cup of tea, which is nearly finished. Over here, got a bit more storage going on down there. I mean, it's just a bit kind of everything everywhere at the moment. Got the main the track assembly down there, the main sort of base of the model. There's some bits down there which have been painted. I've got some shelf space down here now, which freed up from moving a few bits and pieces around. Future project. And then a bit more shelf space got freed up down here as well, and in this corner down here, that gap there is just wide enough for a compressor. So I'm going to order a compressor and fit it down there when they have them back in. Remote control for the fan. Not that I really need it. I mean, it's not like I can't just, you know, reach over to it. So yes, so that's a couple of bits and pieces in the workshop. Nothing major, just, you know, stuff really. Okay, I think that'll do for this video. Just a quick update to show you that I haven't decided to abandon anything. I have been working on stuff in the background and been making a bit of progress. We're getting towards the time where I can spend more time in the workshop. I mean, it's what, 7:30 now in the evening, and it's still perfectly light outside. In fact, it's probably near 8 o'clock now. But yes, we're getting into summer now, so longer evenings. I can do work on the machine in the evenings when I get home from work, do a bit of painting, that kind of thing. And we're getting to the stage now where I've got probably about 2/3 of it painted, so I can start actually putting it together. So I'm going to do more videos as I build it up as well. So you haven't heard the last of me from this model. So I shall see you in the next video. Bye for now.
Thank you for watching my video. If you like what I do here, please subscribe to my channel. There are also some more videos for you to watch on screen, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.